Hello, everyone. Miss Debbie here. Welcome to Bedtime Storytime, Wednesday at 7 p.m. It's good to see you. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you today? How did you do today? It was a great day, right? The weather's kind of nice. It's winter. It's winter, and I'll tell you the truth. I go to bed very early. When it gets dark, I like to go to bed when it's dark, and sometimes that's quite early, like 7:30 at night. Maybe that's the time you go to bed too. So never feel that you're alone going to Lily White's party. There's many people who just love to go to bed. I used to have a friend. She said, "When I come home from kindergarten, I love my bed so much I just hug it and kiss it." So that's pretty funny. Lily White's party. Um, so we don't do a lot of visiting these days. We kind of stay tucked into our homes, but sometimes we go out. Sometimes my mommy takes me over to grandma's house to play. Sometimes she's gone a little while, and sometimes she's gone all day. But my mommy comes back, my mommy comes back, my mommy comes back to get me. My mommy comes back, she always comes back, she never would forget me. And I love that song. When we go out visiting, we do remember our manners to say, "How are you? I am fine. Um, and very well, I thank you." So we can practice that and do some finger exercises at the same time. Okay, so hide your fists behind your back. Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pointer? Where is Pointer? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Tall Lady? Where is Tall Lady? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, ma'am? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Ring Man? Where is Ring Man? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pinky? Where is Pinky? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Ah! Well, I have some good books this evening. A couple of long stories. So this one is called Paolo, the Emperor of Rome. And it's written by Mac Barnett and illustrated by Claire Keene. Mac Barnett, very popular writer. Um, and you can find this book in our library. Just ask for it. I'm going to return it. Okay, Paolo, the Emperor of Rome. Look at those gorgeous Roma. I've never been to Italy. Maybe I'd like to go sometime. Oh, he's drinking out of the water fountain. He's such a cute little dog. Little dachshund doggy. Ah, Rome, the eternal city. A place of fountains, food, and music. A place of chaos and beauty. Above all, a place of freedom. There's a certain amount of freedom in a city. You kind of blend in, can do whatever you like. Nobody's noticing. Well, it wasn't a place of freedom for Paolo. Paolo lived confined to a small hair salon on Via Torino. Often he would press his nose against the window, captivated by the bustle on the sidewalks. Look at that poor little dog stuck inside. Get away from there, Paolo, Signora Pianostrada would shout. You're smudging the glass. How rude. Why keep a dog if you're going to be mean? All night, Paolo dreamed of the sweet life in Rome, and all day he did the same. There was not much else to do in the salon. Lazy Paolo, said Signora Pianostrada. There he is dreaming he's on a motorbike. Sometimes the signora would open the door to sweep a pile of ladies' hair out onto the street. Paolo would run over, his nails clicking on the tile floor, but the signora would block the exit by simply lifting her foot. On these occasions, Paolo would poke his nose outside and, sniffing, smell all the smells of Rome. Salty, sour, meaty, flowery. That was all Paolo got of liberty. A whiff. Oh, but one glorious day, there was a breach. The widow Garibaldi, arriving for her weekly appointment, failed to shut the door behind her. Whoop, look at his ears perking up. Paolo waited for the mistake to be discovered, but already the signora was putting curlers in the widow's hair. Should he? Could he? He did! Whoopee! Paolo was free! And was the city all he imagined? It was more. Bridges and plazas and tall cathedrals, ruined temples and busy cafes. And statues of humans and gods and horses, statues of lions that shot streams of water from their mouths. And high on a hill, topping a column, a statue of a proud she-wolf, the mother of Rome. How like the wolf I am, said Paolo. But whereas she is made of stone, I am made of muscles and can go wherever I please. But wherever should he go? Of course, the Colosseum. Paolo stood on the ground of the great arena. Here, thousands of years ago, men and dogs were kept in cages and forced to fight. How beautiful to build such a towering marvel, said Paolo, and how cruel to fill it with barbarism. The little dog's soul swelled up so he thought his ribs would burst. In the middle of the city, Paolo found a field full of ruins and lounging cats. It seemed a good spot for a nap, but no sooner had Paolo entered than a huge tabby bounded over and challenged him. What business do you have here, little dog? And it was true. The cat was bigger than Paolo. I am here to have a nap. This place is for cats, said the tabby. Nap elsewhere. Paolo puffed out his chest. I will not. And there's the cat sleeping on the columns. And here's the rude tabby. The cat hissed and swiped her claws. Pain spread across Paolo's face. He had been cut, and deeply. But rather than flee, Paolo stood and barked. The cat, frightened by Paolo's indifference to injury, disappeared into the grass. Look at that, his face has scratches on it, but he's going to stand his ground. Paolo hopped from column to column till he stood upon the tallest. I am Paolo, he said. The biggest among you has scratched my cheek, and I did not flinch. Will any other cat challenge me? The cats were cowed. Paolo curled up and slept. He was awoken by the sound of swelling music. I would like to hear more of that, Paolo said. He climbed down the columns and sneaked into the opera house. Around him rose arches as in the great Colosseum, but here people watched while a man sang a sad song. When the singer finished, the crowd applauded. They shouted, "Bravo!" and threw down roses. "It must feel wonderful to be adored," said Paolo. "I should like it if one day people shouted for me." And there's the singer on stage. The opera had made Paolo hungry. He threw himself back into the madness of the city, wandering down alleys till he found himself eating from a trash can behind the finest restaurant in Rome. "Truly," said Paolo, "I am living my life." But Paolo's supper was interrupted by the sound of snarls. A pack of ragged curs had crept up behind him. "This is our street," said their leader, who was called Brutus. Paolo laughed. "The streets are for everyone." The dogs considered this. Brutus asked, "Who are you to say so?" "I am Paolo, that escaped from his prison and is like the wolf come to life. I have drunk from the mouth of a lion. I have stared down the cats who live in the ruins, and I will lead you if you like." The decision was unanimous. All votes were for Paolo, even from Brutus. It was unprecedented. That night, Rome belonged to the dogs. And here they are howling at the moon from inside maybe the Colosseum. Ow, ow! Cute. Can you howl like a dog? Ow, ow! And here they are. Oh, let's see. Did I miss a page? No. Here they are. Oh, they're just taking a stroll in the moonlight. Look at that beautiful moon and the stars. This is a wonderful book. You can ask for it. When the sun rose, the pack scrounged up a delicious breakfast. The sun streamed through the buildings so that the streets appeared pink. Paolo's heart was at peace. Looks like they're eating pizza and sausage off of a table. But what's this commotion? 6 nuns had fallen into the Trevi fountain. The crowd in the piazza, stupefied, looked on at their awful splashings. "How terrible," said Paolo. "We must do something." "Of course it is terrible," said the dogs, "but what concern is it of ours?" This was outrageous. If heroism was not to be found in the pack, then Paolo must act alone. And they're looking down at the nuns splashing in the fountain frantically. He leapt into the water and, careful not to tear their habits, pulled the nuns to safety one by one. The carabinieri, arriving on the scene with several life preservers, were astonished to find Paolo had done their work for them. The captain was at first put out, ashamed to be outshined by a small dog. But the cheers of the crowd were contagious, and soon even the proud officer joined in. "Bravo, Paolo," he shouted. "I'll see you receive a medal for valor." Paolo got more than a medal. In the afternoon, he was granted an audience with the Pope. The Pope scratched Paolo's ears. "I should make you a saint," he said. A sour cardinal frowned. "Your Holiness," he whispered, "it is impossible. He is still living, and besides, he is a dog." "Surely," said the Pope, "we could make an exception." The cardinal shook his head. No matter. Paolo was given a fine room in the papal apartments. Each night the chefs prepared for him some new feast. His bed was made with satin sheets and piled high with goose down pillows. The walls were covered with paintings by the old masters. Paolo studied the pictures and was impressed by their beauty. Look at that bed. Woo-wee. But he preferred to look out his high window from which he could see all of Rome sprawled out before him. The paintings were lovely, but they did not move. The city was always stirring. And so, after some weeks, Paolo made his decision. He bid farewell to his grand apartment. The guards saluted him as he passed through their gate and into the city. The little dog trotted down winding streets, his nails clicking on the cobblestones. Back to the tumult, for walls are walls, even when papered in gold and hung with Caravaggios. There he is leaving, and oh, he's in the beautiful city. And Paolo's proud spirit was boundless. He could not be contained. Ooh, on top of the columns, there's the dogs and the cats at the bottom looking up. Paolo, the Emperor of Rome. Isn't that a great story? I thought it was too long for a story time, but it really isn't. Oh, that story makes me feel so good. I have to sing some feel-good songs. I hope you sing it with me. Remember, shorthand for I love you or I love you. Skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you. Skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you. Cha-cha-cha. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? That's an old song. Now I have another Harry book. Over the weeks we've done Harry the Dirty Dog, where we were introduced to Harry, and No Roses for Harry. And now it's called Harry and the Lady Next Door. He's a cute little dog. I love him so much. He's looking out the window with a kind of a snarly look on his face. Harry was a white dog with black spots. He loved all his neighbors, all except one. He did not love the lady next door. The lady next door sang. She sang high and loud. When she sang, Harry's ears hurt. She sang higher than the peanut whistle. When she sang, the peanut man put his hands over his ears. She sang louder than the siren on the fire engine. When she sang, the firemen put their hands over their ears. She sang higher and louder than the cats sang. When she sang, the cats ran away. Harry tried everything to make her stop. He howled under her window. His friends howled too, but it did not do any good. The lady next door went on singing. She sang higher and louder than ever. One day, Harry's family gave a party. They invited the lady next door. She came with her music. When she started to sing, Harry almost bit her leg, but he bit the leg of the piano instead. The family sent Harry out of the room. You are a bad dog, they said. Harry just wagged his tail. As he walked to the door, some people said, "Poor Harry," but others whispered, "Lucky dog." When Harry pushed the door open, the wind blew in. It blew the pages of music off the piano. They blew all around the room. Everyone tried to catch the music, but no one could. The pages blew out the door and into the garden. They blew over the fence and up into the trees. Harry caught some of the pages, but he did not bring them back. He ran away with them. He ran until he came to a quiet spot. He dropped the music and lay down. Soon he fell asleep. In a little while, something woke Harry up. All around him were cows mooing. They mooed very low notes. Harry listened. He thought the cows made beautiful music. He had never heard anything so soft and low. He wished the lady next door would sing like the cows. Suddenly, Harry had an idea. Can you moo like a cow, soft and low? Moo. Beautiful lullaby. Harry rounded up all the cows. He barked at their heels, and down the road they went. Harry barked, and the cows mooed. They ran on and on. They ran down the main street of town. They passed the school, the library, and the firehouse. When they came to Harry's house, the lady was still singing. Harry ran ahead and stopped the cows. They went on mooing. They mooed and mooed and mooed. They all mooed soft and low. The cows mooed for a long time, but it did not do any good. The lady next door went on singing. She sang higher and louder than ever. Harry's family called the man who owned the cows. He came and took them home. That night, Harry slept in the doghouse. The next day, the lady next door sang some more. Harry's ears hurt more than ever. He went for a walk. After he had walked for a long time, he heard a wonderful sound. Oom-pa, 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 oom-pa. It was low and lovely. Something's behind the fence. Then Harry saw what it was. It was a big horn in the fireman's band. The big horn was even softer and lower than cows mooing. Harry walked along listening. By the way, it's called a tuba, and it makes a beautiful sound. He wished the lady next door would sing like the big horn. Then he saw the leader of the band. The leader threw his stick in the air. Harry watched. Suddenly, he had an idea. The next time the stick went into the air, Harry caught it. Harry ran in front of the band. The leader ran after Harry, and the band ran after the leader. Soon the leader was all out of breath. He stopped running. But the band ran after Harry. The men played as they ran. Harry led them all down the main street of town. They passed the school, the library, and the firehouse. Harry stopped the band in front of the lady's house. She was still singing. The big horn player played even softer and lower than before. He blew and blew and blew right under her window, but it did not do any good. The lady next door went on singing. She sang higher and louder than ever. When the leader got there, he had Harry's family with him. Harry gave the stick back. That night, Harry slept in the doghouse again. A few nights after that, the family took Harry to the park. They were going to hear the fireman's band. The family knew that Harry liked the big horn. They got to the park and sat down. A light shone on the stage. The people were quiet. They waited for the music to begin. Harry closed his eyes and listened, waiting for the big horn. He waited for the soft, low notes. But the low notes never came. Instead, a man came out. "Good evening, friends," he said. "The band will not play tonight. The big horn player is all out of breath. Instead, we shall have a singing contest. And here are the ladies who will sing." Everyone clapped. When the ladies came out, on the end of the line was the lady next door. Harry took one look and ran off. He was almost out of the park when he heard something. Blurp, 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 blurp. It was low and beautiful. Harry stopped and listened. It was even softer and lower than the cows and the bighorn. He wished the lady next door would sing like this. I wonder what it was. When he saw where the sound came from, he saw it came from inside a watering can. Suddenly, Harry had an idea. He took the handle of the can in his mouth and then he ran with it. He didn't know. He just knew the sound was coming from the inside of the watering can. When he got back to the bandstand, he walked quietly up the stairs. The lady next door was singing. Harry put the watering can on the floor behind her. Soon the lady sang a very high note. Then something happened. 2 frogs jumped out of the can. One jumped on the lady's head. The other jumped on her shoulder. The other ladies in the contest shrieked and ran from the stage. But the lady next door went on singing. She sang higher and louder than ever. When she finished her song, everyone shouted, "Hooray!" The judges whispered together. Then one of them spoke. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said, "the other ladies in the contest have all gone home. So the lady next door wins the singing contest. She is a brave lady. She wins first prize. This means she can study music in a far-off country for a long time. I'll bet she's going to Italy." Everyone clapped and clapped. Harry barked and barked. He was the happiest of all. In the middle of the fuss, the frogs hopped home. Soon the time came for the lady next door to go away. Harry went to the ship with the family to see her off. Isn't that cute? And she's petting him. "Goodbye, goodbye," everyone shouted. Harry wagged his tail. The lady next door started to sing a goodbye song, but no one ever heard her. Just as she sang the first note, the ship blew its foghorn. What does a foghorn sound like? It was a deep, low, wonderful sound. As the ship moved away from the dock, other boats blew their foghorns too. Harry thought it was the most beautiful goodbye song he had ever heard. Isn't that funny? We should write our own Harry books because I think this is the last one ever written. But we should try. Wouldn't it be fun to write some Harry books? He's a fun little dog. So, yeah. So, as we get ready to go to bed, go hippity hop to bed. I'd rather stay up instead. When mother says must, there's nothing but just go hippity-hop to bed. And how do we prepare for bed? Well, we put our PJs on, fluff up our pillows, turn down the covers so we can just dive into bed, right? And then we get ready. This is the way we wash our face, wash our face, wash our face. This is the way we wash our face before we go to bed. This is the way we comb our hair, comb our hair, comb our hair. This is the way we comb our hair before we go to bed. This is the way we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is the way we brush our teeth before we go to bed. This is the way we blow a kiss, blow a kiss, blow a kiss. This is the way we blow a kiss before we go to bed. I have one more story, kind of a fairy tale or a folk tale. Nonetheless, it's an old story called The Three Wishes by Margaret Zamak. Another book you can borrow from your own library. Get to know your folk and fairy tale section in the Coddington room against the wall under 398. Three Wishes, an old story. There's a picture of a husband and wife warming their hands by the fire, living in a little cottage at the edge of the woods. Long ago, a man and his wife lived peacefully at the edge of a great forest. All the year round, they worked together as woodcutters. Every morning at sunrise, they went into the forest where they cut trees and branches into logs. At sunset, they carried them home. But no matter how hard or how long they worked, they often went hungry. Early one morning, as they were working in the forest, they heard a faint voice calling, "Help! Help! Someone help me!" The voice seemed to be coming from an old tree that had fallen nearby. The man and his wife ran to the tree. There on the ground lay a small imp kicking his legs. His tail was caught under the fallen tree. "Help! Help!" the imp cried weakly. "We'll help you gladly," the man and his wife said together, and they pushed and pushed till the tree rolled off. The imp sprang straight up into the air, joyfully twisting his tail. "100 thanks for your kindness," he said. "I have been lying here in misery ever since this tree fell. To thank you for saving me, I will give you 3 wishes. There are only 3, so wish wisely, my friends, and goodbye." Then he flew up among the branches and disappeared. The man and his wife were delighted with their good luck. All that cold day, they were warmed by thoughts of the 3 wishes that would soon be theirs. "We might wish for fine clothes and silver," thought his wife, "or even for a grand house with flower gardens and fruit trees." In the evening, as they trudged home, the man thought, "We might wish for a donkey to carry this wood, or even a horse and cart to ride in." That's so, he said to himself, and his bundle of wood seemed to grow lighter. And here they are trudging home, and you could tell it's winter because the trees are bare, and look, the snow is flying in the wind. When they got home, the man and his wife settled down to talk about their 3 wishes. "We might wish for fine clothes and silver," said the wife, "or a grand house with beautiful flower gardens and fruit trees." "Or we might wish for a donkey to carry the wood, or even a horse and cart to ride in ourselves," said the man. Or we might wish for a great chest of jewels, said the wife. Or even a mountain of gold coins, said the man. We might wish never to go hungry again, said the wife. That's so, said the man. But just now I wish we had a pan of sausages for our dinner. No sooner said than done. That very instant, a pan of sausages appeared, sizzling and smoking on the fire. Oh, you fool, cried the wife. Look what you've done. How I wish those sausages were hanging from your big nose. No sooner said than done. The sausages leaped from the pan and hung heavily from the man's nose. Oh, wife, see what you've done, he cried. Who's the fool now? The man and his wife tried every which way to get the sausages off, but pull and tug as they might, all their efforts were useless. The sausages remained hanging from the poor man's nose. Finally, too tired to move, the man and his wife slumped down before the fire. They thought with longing of their one last wish. Should it be the donkey to carry the wood, the horse and cart to ride in together, the grand house, the fine clothes and jewels, or the mountain of gold coins? Any one of these wishes could still be theirs. But what would be the good of it if the man must live his whole life with sausages hanging from his nose? So they joined hands, and with their last wish, they wished the sausages off. No sooner said than done. The sausages were back in the pan, sizzling and smoking and smelling delicious. So the man and his wife sat down cheerfully to a fine dinner. Well, now, we've not done too badly, said the wife. That's so, the man agreed. The end. Isn't that a fun story about 3 wishes? I love it. Well, I've been seeing the stars at night when it gets dark so early and I'm still awake. And as long as it's not cloudy, you can see right up there to twinkle. Starlight, star bright, the very first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. Make a wish. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Well, I'm going to leave you with my very special song for you. I wish you sweet dreams and a great day tomorrow when you wake up. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Bye. I will see you next time. Thank you.